parents of advanced art students. My name is Mrs. Gullery, and I just want to, if it's okay with you guys, I'm just going to go through some of these slides that I have explaining what the class is about and what we like to do. So here's a little bit of information about the class itself. There's me and my son and my husband, and my email, my phone number, and my extension there, and my room number. And here is our class Instagram also, if you'd like to follow us at Greenwood HS Art. I try to, maybe a couple times a week, upload a couple pictures of students working, progress photos, and then also, of course, like finished pieces that go up in the hallways. And a lot of the students follow this Instagram to get some information here and there, so if you want to follow it too, that'd be perfectly fine. So in advanced art, we cover all of these different subjects here. So we go over a little bit of art history, different art movements, contemporary or modern artists, art careers. We practice giving constructive criticism through critiques. We do public art and murals, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. But here's a nice example here. And we use all different kinds of dry mediums like graphite, colored pencil, charcoal, pastel, etc. Wet mediums, different kinds of paint, basically ink, watercolor, acrylic, and printmaking. And we also, in advanced, use some experimental mediums, meaning we'll take something that's ordinary or everyday and make it into an art piece, such as using painting with coffee or something like that, which we did a couple years ago. If your child is in advanced 2 or 3, their curriculum is a little bit different throughout the year. Instead of having set projects that are given to them, they have it designed a little bit more around like an independent study. So the advanced 2 and 3 is designed around the student's artistic style and or discovery of their style. So they have 10 units a year, and it's based on these 4 things throughout every unit. So first, they do a little bit of independent research on the subject, and I give them a basic subject, like maybe it has to be impressionist style. But other than that, giving that one bit of information to them, they do the rest of the research. Then they brainstorm ideas for their own artwork, and they sketch it out, and then we do a critique, in which they have to talk a little bit about their ideas and what direction they're going into, and then we give constructive criticism and talk about it. And then lastly, they usually have about 2 weeks of studio time where they just come in and they work on their project. Advanced art is a studio-based class, and I get this question a lot, I feel like, if we do a lot of lectures or a lot of art history, but we're really a studio-based class, and this means that students come in and 9 times out of 10, they're grabbing their supplies and they're working independently on their own personal art. So a little bit of information here. Advanced art will provide the student with a forum to explore the connection between art and personal life experience. Students will be encouraged to find creative solutions in their art production, thus creating artwork that represents them and they can be proud of. So this is something I really try to push, especially for my advanced kids, that they're making artwork that really shows who they are. And hopefully a lot of times this means that they want to keep their artwork because it means something personal to them. So here's a little bit about grading. First, we have daily points. Daily points make up about 30% of the advanced student's grade. And so that really just means coming in and working every day. So most of the time, students get those points. As long as they're here, they're present, they're ready to work, they're making progress on their projects, or they're taking notes and participating, they are fine. If they're not here, or if they're being disrespectful or falling asleep in class or something like that, they lose those points. And this is just my way to make sure that they really are taking studio time seriously. If your child is not here for many days because they have to be quarantined or they're sick and they have to stay home, as long as they log into my Zoom call, they can receive those points. And my Zoom link is on the homepage, probably where you are right now. So a little bit about grading our studio projects. They're graded on these 4 different categories: technique, requirements, craftsmanship, and creativity or originality. And basically, what this means is that technique basically means that they are meeting the specifications of the medium. So that's whatever material we're using. Like if it's charcoal, do they use it and blend it in the correct way? The requirements of the project itself, all components of the project are included. So if they had to draw, if they had to use a gridded pattern, or if they had to include a still life, if that was in there, then they get points based on having those components. Craftsmanship, if the project was made in a thought out way, they took their time, they look like they cared, that's a part of their grade. And I think this is really important because some people are already artists in a way, like they already feel like they have a good knack for drawing. But I have many, many students who have never even picked up a pencil to draw something in their life. But if they can show that they tried and they were able to show that they cared, they get points under craftsmanship, even if it isn't perfect under the requirements or the technique. And then creativity and originality. This is just a really great way for students to show that they're coming up with their own ideas and they're trying to make their design more interesting. They didn't copy anything from online or what someone else was doing. This year, all projects and grades will be submitted on Canvas, so you can kind of follow along to see what grades they're getting, and they won't be getting a physical rubric this year like I have in the past. Here's just a quick snapshot of the classroom since you weren't able to come today. Our cubbies are over here where they keep their art supplies, and their desks are individual this year instead of kind of in these clumps or tables to social distance a little better. And this is just what the classroom looks like. And then here we have a couple pictures showing the set that we do. So that my advanced students every year help out painting the set for the musical in the spring. And so please try to come to the musical if you can. And then lastly, we have an art show in the spring. The location or venue is to be determined. We don't really know when that'll be, but we're hoping to have it this year because we weren't able to have it last year at the end of the year. So I think that's all I really got for you. Please feel free to contact me anytime if you have questions about how your student's doing or about the class. And that's it. Thank you.